Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever you're watching this video. Hello. Um, so I wanted to make this video to encourage anyone who may feel like they have no purpose or they're just unsure of why they are here. I want to tell you, I want to let you know that God has a purpose and plan for everyone. Everyone has a purpose. You just have to tap into it. So how do you tap into God's purpose for your life? Now, first, I want to give a disclaimer. I do not know everything. I don't have all the answers, guys. Like, I'm only telling you what I've learned and from personal experience. This point blank period. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know that. Okay, so the first thing that helped me figure out my purpose, what God's purpose is for me, was what was number one? Number one is, and this one we can literally just leave it here. We could stop here, and that is having a relationship with God. Like, it's so necessary. It's so very important. I can't stress that enough, how important having a relationship with God is. And what does that look like? That's praying every day. That's having faith. That's pursuing God and actually trying to get to know who He is. Because when you do pursue God and really get to know who He is, you will start to understand who you are. And you'll, then they're the beginning of your purpose unfolding. So those of you who do know me or knew me, growing up, you know that I was very shy, very unsure of myself. I am a completely different person now, and that is because of my relationship with God. Like, I had to take it seriously. Like, you have to take it seriously because it is serious. It is very important. Like, now I know I'm not just a mother, I'm not just a wife, I'm not just a woman, but I am a woman of God. Like, when you think about this, you have to meditate on it. Meditate on the fact that God sent His only Son Jesus for you, for me. Like, there's so much value in that, knowing that, because why else would He do that? He didn't send His Son for the birds, for the sheep, like, He sent His Son for us, for people. And there's just so much value in that. You guys gotta look that up on your own time, okay? The second thing is, we have to change our focus and stop allowing things like depression, confusion, uncertainty to run our lives. Like, we don't realize, like, that when you focus on those things, like, you give those things power. Like, you give it the fuel that it needs to run your life. Now, if you are a person who believes that, oh, God is good, God can do all things, like, if you truly believe those things, then you have to be careful when you're going through things. You have to make sure that you are not allowing those things to run your life and you're not putting them above God. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think I just messed something up. Oh gosh, y'all. I hope y'all can see me. Okay. Yeah, so when you do that, you are allowing those things to run your life. You're putting them before God. How can you put those? God is here, we're here. You're stressed out, you're worrying about the problem. You're putting that problem above God. How can he help you or do what you are asking him to do if you are putting things before him, right? I hope that makes sense, y'all. What else I was gonna say? Yeah, and when you do that, when you change your focus from situational to God, when you actually focus on God, you will see the fruit of that in your life. I'm gonna give you an example. My family and I, a few months ago, maybe like 8 months ago, we were going through a tough time, and I have to be honest with you guys, I was like, how are we gonna get out of this? How are we gonna get out of this situation? I'm like thinking, like I'm trying to think myself out of the situation. But what was I doing? I was giving the problem, the situation, too much power. There was a sermon at church, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was talking about like having joy through the storm. So it's not easy to change your focus, guys, but once you do, it gets easier. So yeah, we're going through things. I'm like, frustrated and worried and stuff, and I finally get to a point where I'm like, okay, that's not it. That's not the answer. I can't figure it out. It's not for me to figure out. I gotta let God help me through this, okay? So I didn't just say that and not do anything, because there are actions that you have to take along with that. Like, you can't just leave it there. Let's just leave it in the air and it's gonna figure itself out. No, you actually have to do stuff. So I made a choice. We made a choice to be joyful and not happy. Not happy, just I'm happy. No, like joyful, like pure joy, that kind of joy that you can't just like have it. Like somebody prayed for that for us. But anyway, yeah, so we changed our focus and decided to be joyful and patient and still be kind and still help, if we could and when we could. And that right there made a difference in our lives. Also, for the people around you, that it makes a difference for them as well. It helps. So once we did that, I'm not gonna sit here and say that things changed the next day, because it didn't. And that's not how it works. It took some time, but we eventually got there. So my last point is very crucial, and that's gonna be the people around you. Okay? Yeah, the people around you. It is important to pay attention to the kind of people that you have around you. I know sometimes you may not have a choice. It just may be family. Like, let's be real. Like, someone who may be like super negative, or always complaining, or saying, oh no, can't do this, you shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that, like, oh, you're not gonna be somebody, you're not gonna make it. Like, those type of people, I mean, for one, obviously you're just gonna have to pray for them, but if you can't just like remove yourself from that kind of situation, then I'm gonna give you, this is a jewel. I should be getting paid for telling y'all this. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so jewel, right? This is what you can do if you cannot remove yourself from being around those people. Get yourself in a good church. Go to a good church and really dive in and really try to connect with people, because that right there makes a huge difference. We've been going to our church for like, I don't even know, like 7 years or so, and going to this church has changed our lives. Like, seriously, like, I seriously love my church and love the people. I didn't even think that this was possible before, to actually have such a good relationship with godly people. not judging me. They pray for me. They give me good advice. They help bring out gifts in me that they may see that I may not see. So, moral of the story, guys, it's just very important to get around good people. Get around good, godly people who are wise and who are actually doing what they say they're doing. You know, actually practicing what they're preaching. Because, look, it's one thing to be actually doing the things that you are standing on stage preaching about. And that's one thing I love about my pastor. Like, it's real. It's genuine. Like, he's really living what he's actually, you know, teaching us. And then it's another thing to be preaching something and then doing all the things you know you're not supposed to be doing. Like, you guys, look, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. Like, I would not sit here and post this video if I didn't believe in it, if I didn't actually learn from these things, if I didn't actually implement these things in my life. I would not be sitting here telling y'all to do this. But yeah, so those are my 3 things. I hope that was helpful to someone. I do want to say before I get off of here, if you need prayer, like if you don't have anybody else to pray for you and you would like me to pray for you, like, send me a direct message and I will pray for you. If you don't know what your purpose is, you are lost, you are confused, like, send me a message and I will pray for you. So that's all I have for today. Y'all have a great day and bye-bye.